Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you how to deploy an Antigravity app from start to finish using a simple and practical method. You do not need advanced coding skills to follow along. I will guide you step by step so you can use this easily and understand what is happening at every stage. The goal is not just to deploy one app, but to understand a repeatable process that you can use again and again for different ideas. First, we need to understand what we are trying to do. We are going to make an application using the Antigravity platform, and then you make it live on the internet so other people can access it. When your app is deployed, it is no longer just running on your computer. It is hosted on a server, which means anyone with the link can open and use it from anywhere. To begin, open your browser and go to the Antigravity platform website and download the app. Log in using your account. If you do not have an account, create one and then log in. Once you are inside the dashboard, take a moment to understand the layout. On the left side, you usually have your Files or Project Explorer, where all your folders and files are listed. In the center, you have your working area where files open and code is displayed. On the right side, you have the Chat or Assistant panel, which is where you will give instructions and control how your app is built. Now, the first step is to create a new project. Look for an option that says Open Folder. Click on it, then choose a location on your computer where you want to store your project. You can create a new folder and give it a simple name like My Antigravity app. Try to keep names simple and clear so you can find your projects easily later. Once you create the folder, open it inside the platform. Now your project is ready. Everything you build will be saved inside this folder. This is important because later, when you deploy, the system will use these files. If your files are not organized or missing, deployment can fail or cause errors. Now, instead of using any pre-made framework, we will create a simple and clean structure manually. In the file area, create a few folders. One folder can be called Front End. This will contain everything related to the user interface, like buttons, layouts, and screens. Another folder can be called Backend. This will handle logic, data processing, and connections to the database. You can also create a folder called Config, which will store settings and environment variables. Keeping this structure helps the system stay organized and also makes it easier for you to understand your app later. Next, we will start building the app using the Chat panel. In the chat, type a clear instruction. For example, you can say, create a simple and lightweight task manager app where users can add tasks, mark them as complete, and delete them. Keep the design clean and minimal so it is easy to use. You can also mention that tasks should have timestamps and a clear status indicator. Once you send this message, the system will start generating files for your app. It will create code inside your folders automatically. You will start seeing files appear in the middle section. This is your app being built step by step. Sometimes it may take a bit longer, depending on how complex your request is. At this stage, do not rush. Let it finish generating everything. Interrupting it too early can cause incomplete files. After it completes, you will usually see a message saying the app is ready or the initial build is complete. Now we need to test the app locally before deploying it. This step is very important. Look for a run or preview option. Click on it. This will start a local server and give you a link, usually something like localhost followed by a port number. Open that link in your browser. Now you should see your app. Try to interact with it carefully. Add a task, mark it as complete, delete a task, and check if everything updates correctly. Also, check small details like button clicks, input fields, and whether the interface responds properly. If something is not working, go back to the chat and describe the problem clearly. For example, say when I try to add a task, nothing happens, or the page refreshes unexpectedly. The more specific you are, the better the fix will be. The system will then update the code and try to fix the problem. Keep testing and fixing until the app works properly. This part is very important because if your app does not work locally, it will not work after deployment. Think of this as your quality check stage. Once your app is working fine, we move to the next step, which is preparing it for deployment. This step makes sure your app is optimized and ready to run on a live server without issues. We need to connect external services using MCP servers. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and it allows the Antigravity platform to connect with other tools like hosting services and databases automatically. Go to the top section of the platform and look for Settings or the three-dot menu. Inside that, find an option that says MCP servers. Open it. Here you will see a list of available integrations that you can connect to your project. Now look for Firebase in the list. Firebase is a platform that allows you to host your app, manage authentication, and store data. Click on Firebase and then click Install or Enable. Once it is enabled, make sure it shows as active in your MCP servers list. After enabling Firebase, go back to your main workspace. Now the system has access to your Firebase account, but it still needs permission to use it. Go to the chat and type something like connect this project to Firebase using MCP and prepare for deployment. When you send this, it will prompt you to log in to Firebase. You will see a login link. Click it, and it will open a new tab asking you to sign in with your Google account. Complete the login process and allow access. After that, you will receive a verification code or session code. Copy that code and paste it back into the chat so the system can complete the connection. Next, we will enable authentication. In the Firebase console, go to the authentication section and click Get Started. Enable email and password authentication. You can also enable Google Sign-In if you want users to log in with Google. After enabling authentication, go back to the chat and tell the system to continue setting up and integrating authentication into the app. Now we need to create a Firebase project. Open the Firebase console in your browser. Click on Create Project. Give it a simple name like Antigravity Task App. Continue through the steps and create the project. Once the project is created, go to the project settings and find the project ID. Copy this ID. Now go back to the Antigravity chat and paste the project ID. This tells the system which Firebase project to use. Now the system will update your app to include login and sign-up features using Firebase. It will handle both front-end and back-end integration automatically. After this, test your app locally again. You should now see a login screen. Try creating a new account and logging in. Make sure everything works correctly. Now we are ready for the final step, which is deployment. Go to the chat and type deploy this app using Firebase Hosting through MCP. Make sure it builds the project and creates a live URL. Send the message and wait. The system will now use the Firebase MCP connection to deploy your app. It will build the app, upload files to Firebase Hosting, configure settings, and generate a live link. After a few minutes, you will get a deployment URL. You can then copy it and open it in your browser. You can test your app again on the live link. Try signing up, logging in, adding tasks, and refreshing the page. Everything should work exactly like it did locally. If something is not working, go back to the chat and explain the issue clearly. For example, say authentication is not working on the live site or data is not saving. The system will fix the issue and redeploy the app. Your app is now fully deployed on Firebase and accessible to anyone online. One important tip is to always give clear instructions. The better your instructions, the better your results will be. Another important thing is testing. Always test after each step instead of waiting until the end. Also, keep your app simple at first. Build basic features, make sure they work, then slowly improve the app. Now, let me quickly walk you through the full process again so it is easier to remember while you are actually building your own app. You always start by opening a folder where all your files will be saved. Think of this as setting up your workspace before doing any real work. Once that is ready, you move into building your app by giving clear and simple instructions in the chat. The better you explain what you want, the better the result will be. After the app is generated, you take some time to test it locally. This is where you click through everything, try different actions, and make sure nothing is broken. If something does not work, you fix it right away before moving forward. Once your app feels stable, you then connect Firebase using MCP servers so your project can interact with external services like hosting and authentication. From there, you create a Firebase project and link it properly by providing the project ID. Then you enable important features like authentication and a database so your app can store user data and allow logins. After everything is connected and working locally, you move into deployment by asking the system to deploy your app using Firebase Hosting. When the live link is ready, you open it and test everything again, just like before. If anything feels off, you fix it and redeploy. Once everything is working smoothly, you can continue improving your app by adding more features over time and making it better with each update. Now you can take any idea and turn it into a real application that people can use online. At this point, you should have a working app that is live and accessible. Thanks for watching.